guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have a request, an in-season basketball training session. So since it is in season, I mentioned this a lot in the video, we're not doing anything crazy. We start off with some deceleration work and just some mobility activation stuff, and then we get into it. It is full body, so we're working everything. A lot of it is to maintain strength. It's important we still work out in season, but we're not introducing really anything new. Just maintaining strength levels, working on unilateral training to fix muscular imbalances, building up structural tissue, and all that. So if you guys enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays, so make sure you subscribe to catch all of them. And also, if you are a snowboarder or if you know snowboarders, we have our 6-week online snowboard program, Shred from the Start, dropping Tuesday, September 6th. Head to our website to find more information on it. Our link is in the description down below. All right, enjoy the video. All right, guys, first thing for this workout, we're getting in some mobility and activation. So we're starting with monster walks. Put the mini band on above or below the knees. Keep your feet apart. Really use your glutes and your hips to drive those feet. Keep those knees apart. You're gonna walk forward, and then you're also gonna walk backwards, getting in that kind of squat position. Notice how his chest is big. He's just loading it into his glutes. After monster walks, we were doing single leg multi-planar plate hops. So we're gonna go 6 aside, just working on some unilateral stuff, working on that foot ankle complex. Since we are in season, we aren't going too crazy. We get a lot of jumping in already, a lot of movement in, so we just wanna hit the basics. Just make sure everything's nice and strong and good. Next up, we have a split stance resistance band decel. So as I mentioned earlier, since it's in season, there's a lot of movements happening, a lot of like jumping already, a lot of running. So we just want to make sure that we're working on the foundational stuff, reinforcing movements. Did you do the wrong arm? You thought I wouldn't notice. So that's why we're doing this. This is a great deceleration exercise. It's really important, especially for basketball, that we're able to decelerate quickly and efficiently. There's a lot of really quick movements in basketball, starting and stopping. So this is one of my favorite exercises to really hone in on that. Squeeze your glutes and make sure you use the correct arms. All right, we are then doing a broad jump resistance band decel. I'm holding on to one side, Spencer's holding on to the other. He's doing a broad jump, I'm pulling. He has to land it hard. We're gonna do square stands and then split stands. Make sure you guys get both square and split. In basketball, right, it's not always one or the other. There's so many times you have to decelerate in that split stance. Same as with any sport. All right, next we are doing a broad jump to a box jump. So big broad, get right into that box jump. Work your way up, start small, get higher until you can reach that point where you're pushing it, but you're able to hit it consistently. Also, what you can do, this is what we're doing. We're not hitting our absolute max height. We just have, what's that, a 30-inch box right there. We're just trying to go hit it hard and just float on top. So jump as high as you can, just float, soft landing. One big thing when it comes to doing a broad to a box, make sure you hit it really hard. So when you land your broad, it helps bounce you up into your box jump. A lot of people, they lose momentum when they go. They do their broad and then they wait for a second, or they get too low. So they do it broad and then they're trying to jump out of here, right? When you saw Spencer do it, he stays high. Here, he hits it from these angles and then bounces straight up. So when we hit hard into the ground, it's gonna help you go pew. First exercise, we're doing trap bar. We have 2 reps. So we're going a little bit heavy, not crazy heavy. We could probably hit this weight for like 4 to 6, but we're going a little heavy, only 2, trying to maintain strength. Even though we're in season, it's really important to maintain your strength, structural tissue health. So try to lift it fast, but control the eccentric. Control it, but move it. Following that up, landmine split jerk. Same thing goes, not crazy heavy, but you know, you wanna get something in, so make it a little bit. Something you can easily hit I want this to be explosive and powerful, so you're not struggling or cranking it up. You're able to get it up, clank it, hit it good. Series 2, kicking it off with some pull-ups. We're doing 70% of your max, or 70% of what you can consistently hit. This is an amazing exercise to do for basketball and upper bodies in general. Really control that motion with the shoulders. This is great for shoulders and back. 2B, a single leg RDL. As I keep saying, a big part of this is just to make sure we maintain strength, make sure we're fixing some imbalances, hence a lot of the unilateral movements. Really important, make sure we have strong hamstrings, strong glutes, especially for female athletes. Oftentimes you see that female athletes have stronger quads than hamstrings, and there's a correlation between knee injuries and that imbalance. So make sure you aren't skimping out on the hamstrings and glutes. That posterior chain is huge, especially for deceleration, helps with that. So our knee doesn't take the brunt of it. Although we do need really strong knees, we gotta make sure we're hitting everything. Final part of this series, double arm landmine press. So we got a tempo 200, basically just slow and controlled on the way down. With a lot of athletes, especially kids, I'll give them a tempo, like a 2-second eccentric, not necessarily caring if they hit it, but it makes them more aware to control it so they don't just let it smack down. But yeah, we're only doing 6 of these. Don't let your shoulders scrunch, working on that shoulder health. 3A, we are doing step downs, especially for in season. These are one of my favorite exercises because they really work on maintaining unilateral strength, so fixing a lot of imbalances. And they're really good at working on that posterior chain, sitting back a little bit, taking the brunt off the knee. So make sure your hips go back, keep your heel on the box or on the step, whatever you're doing it on. Really control that motion. Use the leg on the box to perform it. Don't push off the ground. Your heel should just lightly tap. Make sure you keep a big chest. Sometimes with people we train, they like to completely round their back. Don't do that. No, I'm talking to the people. You're doing it perfectly. Give the video a thumbs up for Spencer, because he's the best. 3B, chest supported Ys and Ts. If you can't notice, we're doing a lot of shoulder health stuff. So don't scrunch your shoulders, keep them down. Lean onto the bench, right? Get your hips down on it. A lot of people like to keep their hips off so their butt's poking up. Hips down, lean on that bench. You're doing Ys, really control the motion. So up at this angle. And then you're also doing Ts, really use that back. Big thing with these, control it on the way down. Count to like 2 on the way down, so you really can feel your muscles working and controlling it. All right guys, so we are doing single leg jumps onto the foam pad with a tennis ball cap. So if you don't have a partner, you can do it off the wall, or if that's too advanced, then you're just gonna do single leg jumps or single leg hops onto it. We're gonna do tennis ball because it's a little bit harder. This is super important too for ankle stability and ankle health. Basketball is a big sport where we really need to make sure our ankles are locked in. So doing stuff like this, or just doing stuff for your ankles in general, is really important. First thing for abs, we are doing a pay-off press. Hold it, you can either do a resistance band with the weight or a cable. Punch it out as hard as you can, wait for it to stop jiggling, and then reset. Big thing with abs like these, make sure you hit both sides. So like how he turned, you really want to make sure you hit both and you're not just doing one side. People often make that mistake. Last thing, sprinter sit-ups. So kind of like a bicycle, but not. Kind of like a dead bug, but not. So opposite hand to knee, you're coming up in that sprint form. Use your abs to reverse it and to crunch up. Notice how he's not fully extending. If you need to make it easier, you can put this foot on the ground while the other one's working. But if you want it advanced and you do it like Spency,